Away for 8 years, mainly thanks to my testimony in court, but so what? He'd already been paroled for good behavior and had left for the proverbial promised land. Now why the hell would he start raking up the past? Was he so sure they wouldn't be able to trace him? Or did he think no one would rat on him? Then again, why would I care? What difference did it make to me? Better for me to have been shot on the spot. The sound of the door being slid open reached me through the vicious ringing in my ears. This time I more or less managed to make out one of the kidnappers. He was wearing an urban camo suit, a tactical belt, a gun, and a helmet with a gas mask and an opaque visor. He didn't look at all like a regular thug. And somehow I doubted Kogan would have hired a private security firm just to kidnap me. That would have been a bit over the top. I just wasn't worth it. That left the law then, but that would have been just as crazy. They took me under the arms, lifted me, and seated me in a car seat. Then they lowered the folding table and set up a laptop on it. "When you're ready, just lift the lid," the man in camo said. "Got me?" He can't have been happy with my feeble nod because he repeated, "Do you read me?" Although my ears were still ringing from the stun grenade, I could make out his words quite clearly. "Yes," I croaked, not wishing to antagonize him any further. My reply sounded admittedly pathetic. Still, he didn't hassle me any further. He just climbed out of the windowless van and slid the side door shut. I wasn't in a hurry to open the laptop. Instead, I just sat back and squeezed my eyelids several times, trying to get rid of the white spots still flickering before my eyes. Gradually, my vision began to come back. I tentatively ran my fingers along the computer's rubberized edge. I could tell it had been made to order. After a moment's hesitation, I plucked up my courage. No good keeping myself in suspense. I lifted the lid. I didn't know what I expected to see, even the grinning mug of my ex-employer, but instead, I was confronted with the in-game logo of the Towers of Power slowly rotating on a black background. What's that now for bullshit? For the umpteenth time in the last 5 minutes, my jaw dropped in amazement. Then, a comm channel kicked in, conjuring up a face. Not a real person's, but that of a cartoon character, who wasn't human either. The avatar had a sharp face, grayish skin, ashen hair, and pointy ears. Its black eyes with vertical pupils were flecked with crimson. Aha! So I'd been graced by a visit from a dark elf. Or an elfa, rather. Namely, Isabella Ash Rizd, or someone who was trying to pass themselves off as her. All of my dealings with this not-so-pleasant lady had ended already 4 years ago. But no, it wasn't a ruse. She was real. "Hi, kitten," she greeted me in her habitual way. "Long time no see." As far as I knew, she worked for an information department of one of the law enforcement institutions. No idea which one. "Be gone," I blurted out. The elfa, like hell she was an elfa, but I had to call her something, didn't I? Gave a little laugh. "And that's after we've just saved your life?" By then my head had cleared enough to suspect a catch here somewhere. "Yeah, right," I said. "You gonna tell me this wasn't a setup?" Isabella shook her head. "Denial, anger, bargaining." She began ticking off on her long black-nailed fingers. "None of these are gonna help you. Ditto for depression. You'd better move straight on to acceptance. Alas, kitten, your ex-employer turned out to be a vindictive piece of work. You've been lucky that the guy he'd hired to find a hitman was too mouthy. We didn't have the time to set him up with our own man, so we had to ad-lib, if you know what I mean." "But what have you got to do with it?" I asked. "That's not your profile." "We've got a business proposition for you." With my ears ringing like a bell and my head throbbing, I didn't bother to hold back my emotions. "Oh, you have you? Have you any idea where I'd like to shove your propositions? Or I could even go one further. How about we put you in the witness protection program? It comes with a new name, new background, and even a new face if you so wish. Travel expense.